How's everybody doing tonight? Woo! I love you all, but I'm a little wine drunk, so I'm gonna sit down and do today. I'm a little wine drunk. Which most people say makes you feel sensual. When you ask me, it just makes me tired. I'm ready for a nap and a bag of chips is what I'm ready for. So to start this out, I want everybody to know this is Comedy Open Mic, hosted by yours truly, every Thursday at Stage 1 in the Lyric Room. Shout out to Stage 1, shout out to the Lyric Room. I would like to start this off by saying, if you're watching this from home, go check out the rest of my stuff. My Instagram is Caleb_THKid. My YouTube is Caleb Robertson, and my TikTok is _K4LEA. Make sure to check me out on all platforms. Now, sorry, I realized I don't have like a tag like that. It's like strange. I've noticed Miss Ari into every set would check me out at Discover Miss Ari on Facebook. And I was like, damn it, Caleb, you ain't got no type of tagline. So don't nobody know none of your handles or nothing. I actually had a friend of mine was like, just make sure you make all your tags the same, so if they find you on one website, they can find you on them all. None of my tags are the same, which sucks. But let's start this off with let's start this off with one of my favorite songs. I can't do this. I try to sit down. That shit's so long. All right, let's start this off with one of my favorite jokes that I've ever told. I have a joke about working with kids, right? Working with kids is an awesome experience. It's a fulfilling experience. Anybody who's never worked with a kid, you don't understand that it's when you help mold somebody into the person that they're gonna be, and you help give them the tools and values they need to make it through life, you feel really fulfilled. And after working with kids for a year and a half, I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, it still fuck them kids, right? It still fuck them kids. I don't have any that I claim legally, and I don't plan to have any that I claim legally, at least for another year. At least for another year. The idea of kids sound nice, but I don't want to raise a kid that's mine until they're like 7 or 8. I don't want to raise a kid of mine until they're old enough to throw and catch a ball. Like that's what I want. I don't care how the kid turns out. I mean, like, as long as they can both throw and catch a ball at the time, then I'm fine with it. Here's how I know I'm not called to be a parent yet. If I see like a baby like grab a straw and use it, I'm like, oh cool, it can use tools. Keep in mind, I have the same thought when I see a bird use a stick to poke a bug out of a hole. So, speaking of birds, me and birds have been in a lifelong war. And before you say, no you haven't, you're just mentally insane. The first time I ever got attacked by a bird, I was 5 years old. I was wearing a shirt covered in bugs, right? That was just like a bunch of examples of bugs. It was really cool, they looked really realistic. So a bird was like, I'm gonna take his chest out. I'm gonna kill him. You got my food, I'm gonna kill him. Luckily, he was unsuccessful. The second time I got attacked by a bird, I was approximately 7 years old. Unbeknownst to me, there was a nest being built under the balcony that was at my grandma's house. Being a kid, I'm running, I'm jumping, I'm stomping. Apparently, I shook up the nest too much. The bird came and was like, fuck the bugs. I just want to take his head off. You know what I mean? He's like, the last guy was an amateur, I'm a professional, headshots only. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, I've been in a war with birds. I can't be in a car and see a bunch of seagulls gathered and not try to kill them all with the car. With the car. Trying to hit a bird with the car is a fun exercise. Alright. You never really hit them, so it's never really a bad thing. Right? Like, when's the last time you saw a bird flying and you had your car and the bird was like, oh no, and got hit? It doesn't happen, they're not bugs and you're not going fast enough. But I had killed a bird with my car before. Back in my heyday, I had this car I like to call a damage mobile. It's a piece of shit. And if you want a surefire way to get pulled over, yeah, one more time with the damage reveal. If you want a surefire way to get pulled over, drive a 2003 Saturn, but it has to be a station wagon with no bumper. They will pull you over every chance they get. They weren't even pulling me over because I was black anymore. They were like, we're pulling over, sir, this car looks dangerous. I'm like, fun fact, it set on fire while I was driving it. But that's besides the point. The main moral of the story is how I killed a bird with it. And I'm driving down the highway and the bird flies out of like the bushes right next to the highway. Swoops, I hit it full speed. All I heard was a crunch, chirp, splat. And I was like, birds are suicidal too? This is crazy. A lot of times when I think about animals, I think of animals as people and people are animals. This is how I've always viewed animals and people. People are like, how could you think that animals are innocent? They don't do anything that isn't about eating or reproduction. And I was like, motherfucker, you must not know. any well-versed person in animals know that birds and bees get drunk, jaguars do hallucinogens, and dolphins harass blowfish until they get high. Look it up, these are all true facts. A dolphin will bite on a pufferfish to release enough toxin, just enough, to where it gets high. Similar to like how you can do a little bit of LSD, but not too much. A little poison gets you high. My question is, how many dolphins had to die before they was like, dog, you gotta try this shit? Dolphins are omnivoracious. They will both eat plants and animals. But pufferfish is just one of those creatures in the sea where dolphins smart enough to like, no, I'm not gonna eat that. But how many young dolphins have to be like, I'm gonna chew on it? Because they don't. First they hit it with their nose and they bite on it until it releases a little bit by little bit until they get high. So it's like a pack of dolphins, and just one dude who was like, yo, you swimming where? He was like, you have no clue what the fuck I'm seeing right now. You know the skyfish, bro? I see them down here. I think I'm gonna hug a shark. When you find out that animals are doing shit like that, like you know what? People ain't so bad. And if you think that's bad, you hear about what penguins do to other penguins. I'm not finna tell you, you gotta look that shit up. Let's just say penguins do to penguins what otters do to baby seals. And I'm gonna leave it at that, alright? You gotta look that shit up yourself, alright? That's part of the joke that you gotta take home. This joke is part of your homework, okay? When you find out what animals do to other animals, you're like, you know what? Hold on, people, we're just another animal, dog. Animals steal, they cheat, they lie, they do drugs. At the end of the day, I think that humans being chosen wasn't the worst thing. I believe that dolphins also would have burned dead dinosaurs. You know what I mean? Like, for cars. Alright, this is unrelated, but I saw this funny meme. It showed like a dead dinosaur and like how after it dies, it turns into like fossil fuels, like petroleum, which ultimately gets used for plastic, which makes plastic toy dinosaurs. And I laughed for hours, bro. I wasn't even high. I don't smoke at all, actually. Imagine being sober and laughing like you high. That's why I don't smoke weed anymore. I laugh too goddamn much as is. If I was high right now, instead of drunk, it'd probably be a better set, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen so many comedians get on stage like, yo, I'm fucking big, and then fucking kill. You ever seen a drunk comedian try to do comedy? Damn. I saw a guy bomb for 5 straight minutes. It was so bad, in fact, that the comedy club I was at just turned off the mic. And he talked for another minute and a half before he realized. He started his set off with, hey guys, just so you know, I've had a few drinks. But don't worry, I didn't break the seal yet, so we're safe. And I looked at everybody around the comedy club and they were like, oh, this nigga's drunk as fuck. Not breaking the seal only works if you're not already hammered. You know what I mean? You're just holding your piss at that point. I think that's about all I got every night. Yeah. So my name is Caleb Robertson, and that's been my time, everybody.
Yeah. Sid.
All right. Next up.